Hello, friends. It's Carla, your online doctor, with today's Live in 5. Today is Monday, June 8th at 5 p.m. So, by now, many of us have gotten out of the house a little bit. We've been in isolation, social distancing, and not seeing other people for quite a while. So, could the quarantine be affecting your cognitive powers? Now, aren't humans social beings? Aren't we supposed to be interacting with other humans? Can it really be healthy for us to be cut off from the rest of society for a prolonged period of time? Scientists have actually done research on the prospect of isolation and how it affects our brain health. We know it can affect mental health, but science is finding isolation actually has a negative impact on our brain itself and overall physical health. Now, according to an article by the American Psychological Association, they found missing out on social interactions can be as detrimental to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes per day or having an alcohol abuse problem. Not quite sure how they measured all of that, but it's very interesting. Now, the study also found that social seclusion is associated with a higher risk of premature death. So, is quarantine considered chronic isolation? Fortunately, we live in a time with digital access to friends and family using our phones, our computers, our tablets. Yet that doesn't mean everyone is taking advantage of these opportunities or actually has access to them. Many of us have gotten into a new day-to-day routine, maybe with work or school, that creates a monotony of sorts where life is just, like more of a rut and a lot of isolation, even though you can get out a little bit. Our brains actually go into like an autopilot mode, which is the state that causes a loss of cognitive function. Now, this monotonous existence can contribute to feelings of loneliness and other feelings of sadness. Other articles on loneliness cited cases of researchers stationed in Antarctica or people who survived for weeks alone, like in the Amazon, people who were lost. Many people made up imaginary friends. Think of the movie Castaway with Wilson, the volleyball, just to have human interaction, somebody to talk to. Humans need connection. So social interaction helps us deal with stress and can actually lower cortisol levels. Without the community connection to take, quote unquote, the edge off, people experience impaired memory and decision-making abilities get impaired as well. Ironically, research also shows that it contributes to a lowered immune system. Just what we need right now. So as we isolate to try to keep ourselves healthy, are we actually weakening our defenses even further? One other thing we expose ourselves to that may have damaging effects on our brain is the endless media consumption. It's easy to get bored when you're stuck at home, and turning to television to binge watch your favorite show is what a lot of people are doing. But is that actually okay for your brain? Brain scans have shown that internet addiction causes structural and functional changes in the brain regions involving emotional processing, executive attention, decision making, and cognitive control. Not to mention the media of the news. Okay? Whether COVID-19 or now the riots going on all around the country, being aware is important, but getting inundated for hours at a time with negative stuff, all this negative news, is very detrimental to your overall health. So let's talk a little bit more about this tomorrow. Again, there's a lot of people that are getting out and interacting with people, whether social distancing or whatever. But think about the elderly, for example. Like I think about my parents who are very isolated. Fortunately, my mother does have the ability to FaceTime, but many do not. Okay, and these adult living facilities that are on lockdown where you cannot visit or see anybody, they may not be as accommodating to try and get a FaceTime access to your family member for them to interact with you. Um, not good for them, for their brain health, their cognitive health, all of those things. So not just dealing with people my age or kids who, I mean, they have so much social media there, they have plenty of interaction. It may not be in person, but they're not isolated. So let's talk more about this tomorrow. There's a lot of information on this. You can Google it, find all kinds of stuff. It's pretty fascinating and scary at the same time. So, on that note, I hope you guys are having a great day. I will see you again tomorrow for another Live in 5.